So hey y'all, we're moving right along on the Traverse. So in case you haven't been following along, we've got an 09 Chevy Traverse here. We picked this up for the auction for $1,700 is what we got this one for. And she's got some issues, but we've been slowly kind of ironing them out. We've got the interior all straightened out. We've got the body straightened out. And now we're moving on to trying to get it to run a little better. It's got some random misfires and no power steering. So right now I got it jacked up. I'm gonna get underneath here and try to replace this power steering pump. So I went ahead and pulled the splash shield out of the way just so you guys could kind of see a little bit better. But the power steering pump is up inside of there, and there's no way to get it out without dropping the subframe down a little bit. You don't have to take it completely out or anything, but you do need to loosen the bolts up and let it come down, and then you could fish that thing out of there. A little bit of a pain, but I don't know what else to do. I mean, we have no power steering. I tried bleeding the system. You can kind of see here, bled all over the ground there, but it didn't do any good. You know, nothing. It didn't. The power steering never did start working. So I'm gonna get the pump off of there and see if that straightens it out. I'm gonna start out by pulling off everything up top here. We're gonna have to get the belt off, things like that. Pretty straightforward job. I'm not gonna bore you guys with all that. I just want to kind of update you where we're at with it. I'm gonna go ahead and get that knocked out right quick and see if it does any good. We just need a little more room right here to drop that down out of there, and that hopefully that'll give us enough. It should. We'll see. We'll get this bolt out of here and we'll be down to one bolt. This pump only has 2 bolts that holds it on. There we go. Man, you got to do this just right. I mean, if you don't hold that just right, you ain't getting that out of there. All right, there she is. Got our new pump right here. Get that on out of there. Get this pulley on here right quick and we can get this back on the car. Alright, so I got that pump in finally. That was a chore. I think it took me longer to get the pump back in than it did to do the whole thing. I don't know why it came out way easier than it went back in. But anyway, it's done. We got the belt on, got everything buttoned back up. Right now, I'm just going to go ahead and start putting in my subframe bolts, and we'll be done with this. I'm going to leave the splash shield out of this for now, and we're going to get it off the jack stands, get it outside, hit it up with the pressure washer, because we made a mess up in there with all the, you know, popping the lines loose, letting all the fluid drain out, going through that bleeding process earlier. We just got fluid all over everything. We got it on the ground even. Kind of missed the pan a little bit. But anyway, I got to go through the bleeding procedure again now that the new pump's installed. And it's going to make a mess all over again. So let's just leave the splash shield out for now and get in there with a pressure washer after everything is done and get all that cleaned up. I don't want to sell it with, you know, fluid all over everything, right? So I figured while we're in here, why not do the oil change? Wow, somebody really had that on there. There we go. All right, so far we've changed the oil filter, the power steering fluid's been changed, and it's got a brand new power steering pump on there. So let's keep going. I want to change the transmission fluid. Unfortunately, you can't change the transmission filter because these have an internal filter that actually you have to pull the transmission apart to get to it. So all we'll be able to do is service it. So I think it's around just a little over 4 quarts to change it. So let's go ahead and just do that right quick. Oh no. know. It's got a slight reddish tint to it, it looks like. Not much though. Alright, let's get this new stuff in there. Should take this whole jug and then probably about half of that other quart. It's about half right there. That ought to do it. Get her warmed up and we'll check it. So let's move on to the coil packs and spark plugs. Got some brand new coils for it, whole new set. But you guys probably already know, you got to take the whole upper plenum off of these things to get to any of it. Everything's buried up underneath here, and the back ones are, they're gone. I mean, you can't even see them. So we got to get all of this out of here. I'm not going to bore you guys with all of that. I'm just going to jump in there and knock it out right quick. Well, there you have it. Got that out of the way. That seems like a hard job pulling that off there, but it's really not. I mean, check it out. You just pull a couple of your wire. You don't have to undo any of this. Just kind of pull it over to the side. There's just a couple of clips holding it in place. A couple little tubes to undo. And again, push that over to the side. And that's it, man. 6 little bolts, and it comes right out. Now we'll be able to get to all of our coil packs, all of our spark plugs. Everything's accessible now, so this on up out of here. There we go. All right, well, there it is. All right, let's get the rest of these out of here. All right, so we got our brand new spark plugs about to go in, and I know these aren't OEM AC Delcos or whatever, but they're brand new. They got to be better than what was in it. We'll get these down in there, then we'll get our new coil packs on. All right, let's get these new coils out of here. Guess we'll start back here first, doesn't really matter. All right, last one going in. All right, all brand new coils and brand new spark plugs. Hopefully that'll make it run right. We'll see. So while I was out at the AutoZone, I went ahead and grabbed some of this Lucas oil stabilizer. I love this stuff. I think it's really good stuff. It's what we're going to use, some high mileage. I figured, you know, with as many miles as this thing has, it could use all the help it can get, so why not? So let's just get all that in there. It's got a fresh oil change, fresh oil filter, and now it's got some of this in there. And this is good stuff, y'all. Let's let that run down in there. All right, let's get some more of that in there. We didn't want to leave the transmission out, so I got some of the stop slip. Now, the transmission shifts fine, but like I said, man, 200,000 miles on this thing. It's seen some abuse, some neglect. It hasn't been maintained properly these past few years, I don't believe, judging just by the way it looked. Common sense, right? See if we can get the rest of this in. All right, so we got her all buttoned up. I've kind of come through here and started cleaning up some of my plastic panels and putting them back on. For the most part, I think I could probably get in there with the pressure washer, some cleaners, maybe brush some of that there. I can't wait to get that cleaned off and make it look more like this. You know, this is what it'll look like once it's clean. And, you know, that, the engine cover and all these other little covers through here, we'll get all that cleaned up looking like this, and I think it'll look awesome underneath there. All right, so we got somebody on the way to look at the Mercedes. I've got her all rinsed off and ready to go. Hopefully somebody will buy this thing. I'm ready to get rid of it, man. It's been here too long. Hopefully this guy will buy it. I've already showed it a couple of times. They didn't want it, man. I mean, what do you do? I got it priced at $29.95, and you know good and well, you know, you're probably gonna get around $25 for it. All right, so I think that's them. They're here. All right, you guys, wish me luck. All right, so there goes that Mercedes, man. She is finally out of here. Thank God. I was so glad to get rid of that thing. And nothing wrong with it. I just don't want it sitting around. Not good to have those sitting around at all. All right, so we did $2,300 on the Mercedes. That's what we ended up getting for it. So not as much as we had hoped, but kind of to be expected. You know, I mean, it's got over 200 and something thousand miles on it. It was well kept. You know, it's pretty clean. Needed a couple little things, nothing major. Mostly just the seat covers. The driver's seat was in really bad shape. The rest of the interior seemed to be fine though. But with those miles, you know, you're only going to get so much for it. We sat on it for plenty long enough. So $2,300, she's out of here. And, you know, like I said, we're going to move on to the next one. Thought maybe we'd take a few seconds to kind of touch up the windshield wiper arms. I was noticing they was missing a little bit of paint. There we go. Thought maybe we'd touch these grills up too while we're at it. Alright, so I think I'm ready to get underneath here and clean out underneath the hood a little bit. It's just pretty dirty. You can see up there the hood insulator's nasty. Pretty nasty through there. Just needs a little washing, a little scrubbing. Went ahead and took the wheel off. Got it up on a jack stand. And you guys remember when we replaced that power steering pump, we made a mess. We got power steering fluid everywhere. Between that and trying to bleed the air out of the system, it's pretty oily underneath here now. So we're gonna get all that cleaned out. When we're done, I'll put the splash shield back in and we'll go from there. So hey y'all, I hope you guys enjoyed the video series on the Traverse. This was probably one of the worst flips I've ever had to deal with, and it was a lot of work. Will I ever do one like this again? Hopefully not. I don't know if it's really very profitable. There's just too much time spent, but I got this thing and I thought, let's try to give it a new life. Turn it over. Maybe somebody will need, somebody that needs it will get a hold of it. Somebody that wants a third row SUV but doesn't want to have to pay, $7 or $8 grand to get one. This will be the car for them, because this will probably go for around, I don't know, 3,500. We'll see. There's just no telling. It does have a lot of miles. All we could do is throw it out there and just see what happens. People either buy it or they don't. So we just have to wait and see. But hey, it's been fun. It was a very rewarding project, but there's just not a lot of money into these really big flips like this. Consistency is key. You've got to keep them rolling. You got to crank them out. If this was something you were doing on the side, then sure. But as a business, this is my bread and butter. This is how I pay my bills. I just can't afford to spend this much time on them. But like I said, very rewarding project, good content for you guys. And there was no way I was going to even get my money back on it without cleaning it up. There was just not possible. I would have taken a loss for sure. We ain't trying to lose money. If it means I got to get in here and roll up my sleeves and do some extra work to try to sort these things out so that I can get my money back out of them, then that's just what we'll do. But anyway, she's going up for sale now. You guys leave me a comment. Tell me what you guys think it's worth. Leave me a comment about the headlights. What do y'all think? I know a lot of you guys probably aren't into that, but I thought it was a good way to take care of those old yellow headlights. They were pretty bad. I buffed on them and buffed on them. They still had a yellow tinge to them. So, hey, just black them out. It seems to work fine. And they still show up at night just fine. No problem at all. I was thinking about getting out there and maybe tinting the fog light lenses to match, but I don't know. Might be a little too much. But you guys leave me a comment. Tell me what you guys think. Tell me, do you think I wasted my time with this one? Do you think it was worth messing with? Feedback's always welcome. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate you guys for watching the videos. The comments, the thumbs up, everything is really great. A lot of support. I'm feeling the love. I do appreciate it. I never thought anybody would care about watching any of this kind of stuff. It just seems it's not cool, it's not hot rods, it's not flashy paint, it's not Chip Foose, it's not Jesse James. It's just regular guys out here wrenching, trying to make $1. We ain't trying to hurt nobody. We're just trying to pay the bills. That's all. Didn't think that was very interesting. I should have started a channel a long time ago, I guess. You guys would have loved back in the body shop days. And hey, it's worth mentioning my daughter, myself, and Darlene. Some of you guys might know her as that on YouTube. Go check out her channel, Me, Myself, and Darlene. We have got a father-daughter project going on over there. She's working on a little Nissan hardbody. She's been putting so much work into this thing. She's learning a lot. And I've had a lot of fun working on that little truck with her. Pretty cool little deal. Darlene, that's the name of the little Nissan hardbody. She's getting a facelift on the next video. You guys don't want to miss that. So go check it out. She's working really hard over there. And her channel is really taking off. So really appreciate everybody, all of my subs that have jumped over there and have been supporting my kids' channels. Me, Myself, and Darlene, Low Love Life, Integrity Whips, 3 channels that are coming out of this shop besides just my own. So go check them out. For real, you guys, you won't be disappointed. You want to see some younger kids out here getting into cars. I know there's a lot of them from that generation that just they're not having it. They don't care. But mine are getting out there. They're wrenching. They're learning. You guys, you don't want to miss it. So go check out those channels. I really do appreciate it. I will leave links in the description for those channels. But anyway, I'm going to get on out of here. Appreciate all y'all watching. Please like, share, subscribe. Check out my Instagram. There'll be a link in the description. Hey, go over and check out my Facebook, Weird Beard. Hit me up. I'll see you guys later.